Hi everyone, this is Marty Snyder or Marty ForReal here doing the second episode of the indoor series where we get to do actual energy work in a variable-free environment and under scientific conditions. I am here with Marilyn. So the only difference with this episode is we have actually met before. We did meet and actually do energy work for one session about 6 months ago. So one of the big differences in the first episode is where the first episode was someone that was 52 years old, they've never felt energy, never believed in it at all, and we spent 3 hours clearing out energy, and they felt it and had all kinds of experiences, which was amazing. This episode's a little bit more on the other side of the spectrum there, where Marilyn has a lot of experience, and she's been able to work with a lot of other people, various Reiki masters, had various people like help you learn and instruct, and done a lot of work of your own with other people, with animals.
Journey with Reiki started, probably 15 years ago. I wasn't feeling very good, and I decided to take the Reiki 1 class, and it really helped me feel better. And then I started. My main focus was working on animals. Horses are my main animal that I work with, and the people I work with. I can even feel where they hurt. I was working on a lady. She was seated in a chair, and I went across her shoulder, and I found it's easier for me if I don't have to touch somebody. And all of a sudden, my hands got very painful, and she said, "Wow, that's my bad shoulder." So I could feel her pain.
Mm-hmm. You said it was as you got near it, as you drew closer to it, you could feel it,
Yeah.
like interacting with your hand from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that a lot of people have trouble getting around or getting their minds around, is that you can actually feel it from a distance, and that it's not just like you have to have directly hands-on to feel it, or that you have to like a hands-on like Reiki massage or something like that. It's actually tangible from a distance.
Yes, absolutely. So then, a few years into it, I took a Reiki 2 class, and I did learn a lot with the Reiki 2 class. Now it's been about 20 years now, and I've finally gone for my Reiki master class. One person I worked with, I could see his dog jumping at his feet, and so I asked him, as I was working on him, about a brown and white dog, and after we were done, he showed me a picture of that dog, and he said, I could see I described it to a T.
Wow. Without ever having talked about that dog, never.
No, I never had seen the dog. I didn't know him, and I also found 2 or 3 health issues that he was having, and one he decided after I worked on him that he better go have that issue operated on, which he did do.
Wow. And again, never meeting that person,
Yeah.
you were able to pick up on his own different things that are going on, like his own like illnesses that were enough to be operated on.
Mm-hmm. One thing with Reiki that I learned from my first class was heal thyself, and that is the biggest thing with Reiki, is to be able to heal yourself. And I had some issues, and yes, and it was very visible, and that this thing is gone now. And I worked on it myself, and it took a while, but the issue is gone.
That's amazing. You actually did you had like a medical issue diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
Did your own energy work on it?
Yes.
And it was.
I'd been cleared at Erie and back for this issue, and my primary doctor here had given me medication for it, it didn't do anything for it, and I finally decided I was going to work on it myself, and I did, and it's absolutely gone.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Holy cow. That's what people need to hear about. That's what people need to see. That these are actually real experiences,
Yeah.
and that it makes up so much of all this that we're experiencing. I mean, it's like intrinsic. It's hard to put into words.
And this whole journey with Reiki is, every time I use it, I learn something new.
Amazing. Yeah, you really never stop learning or experiencing. It's like another sense. There are more senses that we have and use. A lot like, vision or hearing or taste. They're profound and full of information and senses and everything. Yeah, really astounding.
And the reason I came to see Marty was I had some things that I needed help with, and yes, he, through the last session I had with him, yes, he helped me.
That's amazing. I know we did like a little follow-up. I just kind of like checked how you're doing like a few days after, but we haven't actually like really talked since. I think it's pretty much our first time really talking since then.
Yeah.
But I remember that was a wonderful session too. I remember there were some new experiences there. Like at one point we were working with your feet chakras, and you said you actually saw like stuck energy, like a dark energy leaving your foot. And that was something that you hadn't quite like seen or experienced before that time.
Yes, that is true.
That's pretty amazing. I actually had that happen in another session as well. It was when I was working at the what's it called again? The professional studio that was downtown, the licensed massage therapist studio. Someone's sister had that same experience. They were just watching, and they never had any experiences with energy or anything like that. They were open-minded, but about halfway through, they started seeing me like pulling stuck energy off of her sister, and just like seeing different things going around. And I could actually see her sister's aura was like way brighter, could like feel it somehow now, and that was just from being there. Like you mentioned that you when we first started speaking here, when you just got here, that you woke up with a headache. Hopefully the energy work will address that. What I was seeing at the moment was kind of like starting with where we started last time, where pulling stuck energy out of the hand chakras. And very often what I found is that as you pull more and more, you're pulling out all that stuck energy from, it pulls more and more like up the shoulder, the neck, and the back, and kind of frees up all that stuff. Sometimes we would have things just kind of fall right off.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll get rid of my headache.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll at least like relieve tension and just do something wonderful. That'd be great. I think it's very likely. I never like to make like promises, guarantees. But yeah, I especially like to work with the hand chakras because that's where it seems to be the least bound, the most able to flow out and just kind of release a lot of stuff. So yeah, if you feel like you're about ready, we can
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see. So, what I like to tell people, and I told the person in the first episode, is our breathing is very important. And I think we did this in our first session too, that one session that we had. It just takes a few, you're just finding your center a little bit, but it just a few full breaths, fully in, fully out.
Ready.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that just a little bit more, but like as we're just getting into that real quick, and this will be like a shorter episode. You've already said that you're a little bit more pressed for time today, and even our first session, a full session, talking and everything was like 45 minutes, maybe an hour total. So it'll be kind of like shorter, but we'll have a really great rest of the episode here too. So yeah, the breathing, just explaining again, is to fill up our body with fresh energy. Our energy body and our physical body is very dependent, reliant on fresh oxygen. And it like pumps out the body, primes the body full of energy that you're able to work with. So whether you're trying to do something or push energy out. It helps be primed up, full of that fresh energy. And if you remember from the first episode, I'll show it real quick. We have this list. I did add something to the end. So she's already going to be familiar with, I imagine, all of these things, but it's still kind of an important part of the channel, of the episode, to show these things in advance when the other person hasn't seen it. So yeah, if you're ready, when you're ready, we can take a few deep breaths, find our center, and we'll start with that.
Okay.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, if you want, we can start with your right hand there. And and that looks good. Just as open as comfortable as it can be, as relaxed and okay. And I'll always ask if you're ready, just where we go, and it always takes a few seconds just to get going, just to form it. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Normally I like to check, but I don't think I really need to, so we can kind of get going. All right. I'm gonna start it up now. Take a quick little break there. So oftentimes, like the first or second time when we're just opening up the channels again, pulling stuff out, it might not always feel as much, or oftentimes don't even feel anything. So if you didn't feel too much right there yet, totally okay.
Oh,
100%.
I could feel the pressure right there in my hand.
Really? So pretty shortly after we started.
Light pressure, but right there.
Excellent. So really, right out of the gate, the first one, you were already feeling a new sensation, like a pressure. Can you describe that pressure anymore?
It was light, but it just felt like somebody had their thumb in the middle of my hand.
Really? I mean, it felt tangibly enough that like someone was like lightly pressing into your hand. That's amazing. That's really amazing. And again, that was, I mean, you could probably maybe just barely see my hands in that shot. I mean, we're 2.5, 3 feet away right now.
Yep.
And that's incredible. In the first session, I don't want to like throw off our flow. In the first session, it took us about 20 minutes to get there, 15 minutes. So right out of the gate, that also shows the difference between someone who's familiar with energy work and someone's very good at energy work and versus someone who's never had it. There's a lot more to clear out. And yeah, that's incredible. So yeah, we can take a few more breaths and kind of recharge, refresh, get ready to do it again.
Okay.
That's good. Okay. Yep. And just as open and flat and as comfy as it can be. Okay. And just a few seconds to get it going, and here we go. Take a little break there. I personally, well, so something else I like to do, I don't like to like put any kind of impressions on people's minds, so I don't really like to try to say anything like what I saw or what they might have experienced. So in that one there, were you feeling anything in that one?
There was still pressure in the middle of my hand.
Okay. And it was felt very similar to the last time?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't really feel like much like stronger or anything. It was very like.
It was lighter this time.
A little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think it's very possible that's like a stuck energy that we're pulling on, kind of pulling out. That's kind of like the main sensation that you're feeling at the moment. Okay. That's good. That's really good. And so that kind of like goes away when we're not doing that energy session.
Yep.
So that's only really starting and happening when we're in the middle of doing it. So that's already a same experience that's being repeated. So I mean that's already in the second session there. That's already incredible. That's a repeated experience again, 3 feet away. So that's incredible. And what I saw was we're clearing out more and more. Did you see your finger twitch just at the end there, or feel a finger twitch there?
No.
Oh, that's okay. I thought I saw like a finger twitch when I.
It could be it did on its own.
That's okay. I thought I saw something, but we don't have the camera
Oh,
zoomed in. But like,
that finger just twitched.
it just twitched now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Um, okay, yeah. If you're when you're about ready, we can take a few more breaths.
Okay.
Oh, and I should have said when we started as well. This whole technique is a process of like letting go. So as much as you're able to relax and let it flow out, the technique is more and more effective. As much as you're able to, not hold on to it and let it flow out, that's works a lot much better. It's hard though. We live in such a weird, tough world. So yeah, we'll take a few breaths in. Okay, feel alright?
Yep.
Okay, I kind of want to check and see how we're feeling here. I think I feel energy flowing out.
Yeah, I could feel that.
You felt me just getting close?
Uh-huh.
So I want to do that again then. So you literally felt me just getting into your energy field there.
It was like, it was a vibration.
Wow. Sorry, you just blew my mind a little bit. So I don't always get to work with a lot of energy sensitive people. And so what I felt was we still have, I probably don't know if I should say, but that's amazing. Do you want to try that again?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of go on your energy again when I was feeling it there.
Yeah, I could feel that.
You felt that?
Yeah.
Let's go try a different angle.
Yeah.
Wow. What does it feel like? Can you describe
It's
it?
a pressure kind of vibration.
So you're feeling like a tangible thing just entered like your like energy space. That's mind blowing. That's mind blowing. We're gonna. That's amazing. So that's the exact stuff that I'm trying to, the information that I'm trying to get out there, that we're trying to get out there, like as people, as energy workers, that's here, that is tangible. If you're ready to keep going, we'll take a few breaths and. Okay, it just says as relaxed and comfortable as you can have it. All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Just a few seconds. I'm gonna take a break there. Yeah. Were you feeling anything there? Experiencing anything there?
I had a intermittent sharp poke here for some reason, and then I could feel when your hand, you were going circles, and I could feel it on top of my hand.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this isn't something that I put on the film or on that list or anything. So I didn't exactly describe the technique that I'm using. But you said can you describe that circle like feeling that you're feeling?
It was like somebody with a soft brush or something brushing my hand. I could feel it when it came around.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, I don't know how much I should talk about like the technique that I'm using, but let's see. So I mean, there's probably at least one or two things here that I just want to show real quick. So we're getting into that one there by my thumb, fourth one down, and then I mean, there's actually a lot there, but that first one actually was we didn't pull up that one.
I can still feel it. Was like a tingling right here.
Wow.
Just now. I mean, it's still working.
It's even now, like a few minutes after, you're still feeling like the tingles, and that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, when we're about ready, we can take a few breaths, and I'll check the energy again. But we're probably just gonna keep going with what we've been doing.
Okay.
We're having incredible success with it. And should I check again, or do you just wanna?
Yeah, you can check again.
Okay. So yeah, let's kind of see what's going on. Feeling your energy right up there already. So that energy coming out.
Yep, there you are.
You feel me in there too? So just make it look like that. energy coming out still.
Yeah.
You feel that then?
Yeah.
Wow. I started feeling twitch there at the end too. That's amazing. Okay, but yeah, so what I'm feeling, we can just keep going with what we're doing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to quit here shortly.
Understood. Okay, definitely heard.
Okay.
Okay. So all right, we'll take a we'll just kind of like do a few more, and then we'll kind of like do a little ending thing, talk a little bit, and we'll.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. All right. So we'll just do a few breaths. We'll recharge your prana. Okay. And yeah, so just a few minutes to get it going, and here we go. Yeah, take a breath there.
That was more the sensation of maybe water running across your hand.
Okay. It actually felt like water running across your hand, like tangibly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then I had a very slight poke up here. It was like somebody was holding their finger against my temple right here, very lightly.
Interesting. And that only started again when we were in the session.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And then, so the water running, did that feel quite a bit different than like the air that you were describing before, or
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's the only thing I could visualize was my hand in water, and it was just coming across like this.
Amazing. How's everything feeling at this moment?
My headache is gone.
Really? We've already released like pressure and like the headache's gone?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like it actually it's noticeably.
Yeah, it feels, it's gone.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. We can do like one or two more if you're feeling good, or how are you feeling?
Two more, and then I better boogie.
Okay. We can take a few breaths.
Okay.
I'm feeling just one more, fully in, fully out.
Okay.
That's good. All right, ready? All right, this is as comfortable as it can be. And here we go. Just a few seconds to get going. Let's try to stop there. Try to close that channel there. Wow.
First my left hand twitched, and then my right hand kept twitching, and I felt sleepy.
Yes. Yeah. So I saw the twitch in your other hand, and I knew that we were getting such a good channel going that we were actually clearing out all the way to your other hand.
Mm-hmm.
It was already starting to affect your other hand.
Yeah.
And that's just what we were talking about, how everything's so interconnected. Just from clearing out enough space there, it's literally pulling from the whole net, the whole net of like bound energy. And then you had so much energy coming out. That was amazing. Like like the hand twitching. That's exactly like what we're looking for. That was profound. I know the camera like barely is even getting my hands. I mean I'm 30 feet away right now, like off camera. And that just shows that we have all this going on. We have these energy fields, and we can interact with them. It's so amazing.
Yeah, now this hand is tingly.
Yeah. After that, that's amazing. So like the whole hand's like tingling.
Mm.
Really? So I'm using the same technique that we started with, and then the effects kind of became more and more noticeable as we cleared out more and
All of a
more.
sudden it got warm on, just now warm on the back of my hand.
I feel like a lot of tingling and warmth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna.
Nothing like freaking out Marty today.
No, I know this is such a good day. I'm very happy with today. I mean that's like exactly. There's a lot going on though. Yes, today's a great day. Wow. Okay, so there is one more thing I want to try for this last clearing session.
Okay.
And especially now that we've made a lot of clearing out, this technique should be particularly effective. I don't want to talk too much about it because it's I don't want to like impress anything, but it's very similar to what we're doing already. It's actually I want to say maybe identical. I'm just doing it in a slightly different way. And this is to prove another technique. So this is one that I always use with myself, and I'm 99% sure it'll work. But this would be a great time to show it and test it. So we're just trying it live. If you're good with that, it's basically what we've been doing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So for this one, I'm actually going to step outside of the room.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. And when we're ready, we don't have to do it yet, but yeah. So this is interesting. It involves a lot of the concepts that I already do, a lot of the energy work that I already do. It's just basically just slightly farther away, and that's just kind of just more proven of the concepts and stuff that we're doing here. Yeah. So without too much, did your stomach just gurgle there?
What's that?
Did your stomach just gurgle there?
Yep.
I heard it. I heard it. I like saw it. Yeah. That was interesting. Okay.
And that's probably a good sign.
I think so. It seems like we have a lot of we carry a lot of energy in our stomach. It seems to be like our kind of like well of energy. I've heard different people describe it that way. It seems to be where I carry a lot of energy. Yeah. If you feel like you're ready, we'll do the last one here. Give it a shot. So I'm just gonna step in this side.
Okay.
And when you're ready, just as flat and comfortable as you can get it.
Okay.
Nice and open, relaxed. And so something else I'm actually going to do, and this is just kind of the next step of it, I won't have my hands up directing energy in this one. I know it's off camera, but I'll either have my hands crossed or I'll have my hands behind. But at no point will I ever have my hands out directing energy. If you're able to verify that at some point, that'd be amazing.
Okay.
So if I'm kind of just watching my energy, I'll probably be like this. But yeah, we'll do just a few breaths, fully in, fully out, and then we'll try this.
Okay.
All right, just one more quick good one. Okay. If you're ready, a few seconds, and we'll get going. I'm gonna stop there. I gotta close that up real quick though. I think that's pretty close up there. We opened up such a strong channel, it was almost hard to close. So, I mean, I was 10 feet away that whole time. I had my hands just right here on my thighs.
Mm-hmm.
That was I mean, that was actually beyond what I was hoping would happen. I wasn't, I know I've done it a bunch of times with myself. It's not a technique that I get to use with other people very often. It's a technique that's a little bit harder to use, and it can be more effective the more cleared out a person is. It's a little bit harder to make that channel, to make that energy that I was just using. So you saw it was very similar, maybe even identical to what we were just doing. The only difference was I was farther away with my hands down.
Mm-hmm. And it started out with, it felt like somebody was holding both my little fingers very lightly, and then everything started twitching.
Wow. I'm gonna come back into the room here. That was amazing. So I was hoping that I was gonna be able to use that technique there to demonstrate that, and it just kind of like felt natural, and that was amazing. That was amazing. I can't believe we just got that on footage. That was amazing. So more about how was that feeling during that session there? Anything else that you want to talk about?
Maybe just a light touch like this. It went from this to twitching, and then like somebody had their hand on top of mine.
Interesting. How did that sensation feel? Like, can you describe it?
Just warmth. I mean, I could feel a bit of pressure on top of my hand.
Interesting. And did it almost felt more like a pressure pushing down, or did it feel kind of like a pulling out?
Pushing down.
Kind of like, okay, so almost like kind of like pushing against your own energy, almost feeling like okay.
Yeah, because I can't turn this energy off.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's very tough to contain a lot of energy. It kind of just wants to like push out and be, yeah. So that's a lot. It also could be the stuck energy that we're pulling out. A lot of that energy kind of wants to stay stuck. That's kind of why it's stuck. So that can almost feel also like that gripping sensation of like trying to pull it out. It's kind of
I've got hiccups too.
Got hiccups now too. And like all those sensations and everything that you were experiencing was only happening directly in session. Like it wasn't happening really, like maybe some lingering effects afterwards, but it was only after we started, and it stopped when we stopped.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, astounding. Absolutely astounding. So these you're already super familiar with, but this is the list that I started showing people in the first episode of common sensations and things that people experience with this.
We got a lot of this.
Did we?
Yeah. I think we, except for maybe the threads thing.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I think that we touched them all.
That's amazing.
Everything was touched here.
Yeah, it was a pretty good experience overall.
Yeah, it was very good.
Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, and that's what I found as well, is that a lot of these sensations, especially doing the work that I like to do with the hand chakras and pulling out stuck energy, these are feelings that people feel pretty much across the board. And people are unique. Everyone has their own experiences, their own kinds of energy, their own kinds of stuck energy. So, I mean, there's never a 100% clear model, but these are the most common things that I've found, and it's like repeatable. And none of this was impressed upon. I didn't bring any of this up. So these are the common things that you're going to be looking for. You're probably going to experience this. This was all completely impressionless, and just showing at the very end. So I know also being an energy worker yourself, you've experienced all these things as well. So it's not exactly comes as a surprise to you.
No.
But it's still important for that, like, you know, and here we are.
Yeah.
So that's incredible, absolutely incredible. It's this amazing world that we live in. It really is.
It is. And the best part, my headache is gone.
That's amazing. High five. The first time that we touched you today. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. Again, I was really hoping that was something because you mentioned it when you came in, and I was hoping that would address it, and it just shows that energy and stoic energy actually does have a physical feelings and physical ways that it interacts with us. We'll actually feel like a pain or a headache or a numbness or a painful tingling or a stiffness. Like, it actually affects our actual body and our lives.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the most mind blowing. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, it's really big.
Well, I didn't mean to come here and freak you out today.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I love when this. I mean, I love energy work. Same. I found it about 15 years ago, and even doing it for a few years at a time, it still took years to like get over the fact of like, this is real. This is real. Oh my God, this is real. I mean, years of like doubt, and then you finally get into it, and you get more and more proof, and more evidence, more and more experiences. It's like the mountain keeps growing and growing and growing, and then before long, you're like,
you learn something new every day, every time you use it.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. This has been sensational. This is really, really good. And it's sorry, I can't even put into words.
Good.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm so happy that you came here today.
You're speechless.
I am without words. This I'm giddy. I was like nervous for about a day, and then for the last 24 hours I've just been like excited, and like I was really hoping this was gonna go great. I think it did. I mean, it was exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
We experienced so much.
And you did not tell me what that paper said. You just said, I've got to bring this with me, and you know.
Yeah.
And we covered all those feelings.
Yes. And that's what's also one of the things that adds a lot of credibility to this is that I'm not using any impressions. We're in a variable-free environment. That window's closed. The sunlight's blocked out. Mm-hmm. There's nothing behind. It's just wall decoration. I mean, I could take the camera. There's nothing behind any of this wall art. Nothing on my sleeves. I don't have any cool little nifty electronic gadgets that are making energy. There's nothing, nothing like that going on. Nothing in the closet. It's literally just us and a phone in a room, mm-hmm. Just working with our own energies. That's fascinating to me. I think that's mind blowing. I guess I don't even know what to say.
Well, as the receiver, it was terrific.
Amazing. So the overall experience of that, you said you were starting to feel more like relaxed as well, kind of like as it was going on, mm-hmm. a little bit more towards the end. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Now my arm itches.
I know, I see it. Ideally we would want to do more energy work there. We'd want to pull from the other hand because I can visibly see your right hand has a more clear energy, and your left hand's like, pull this stuff off me. Yeah. And that's literally that stuck energy.
Go like this a little bit.
It literally feels like you want to brush it off and pull it off. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. So it's going to sound trippy. Hopefully I don't lose anyone here, but a lot of those like itches and tingling sensations that we feel that might just come across as like a basic itch. It's not always an itch. It's actually like sometimes it's very often stuck energy that you actually want to pull off. It's mind blowing, but something as simple as an itch, and we're just slightly looking in the wrong direction. It's mind blowing.
And the energy does stay with you.
Mm-hmm. So you're still feeling like the effects and the results of what we're just doing.
Well,
that as well.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I'm so happy. I'm beyond words.
Good. That's great. Well, I got a boogie, so.
Okay.
So I'm glad this was very successful.
It was. I mean, it was profound. It was profound. I loved it. I hope you had really awesome experiences, and I learned a lot from all this, and it was just exceptional. It was extraordinary.
And I'm really looking forward to the power behind the Reiki Masters that I'm going to take in August.
Yeah. Have you gotten a chance to like speak with them, meet with them a lot? Do you know them?
I don't know them. There's 3 teachers, and it's the class will be at Lilydale, and one result I'll be an intuitive healer.
Okay, so like the gifts that we were talking about before, where you're able to like see the different conditions and illnesses that person had, using your own like insight and intuition,
Absolutely.
your own perception. So they're offering a class on how to like further train that and develop that. That's excellent. That's very good. That's all the stuff that, and like you mentioned as well, I'm pretty sure those are all the senses that we're born with, that we can feel, and they somehow just get thrown off to the wayside, and we have to like relearn it, come back to it.
Yeah. And like I said, children, a lot of times are born with these gifts, and I've heard of the kids seeing a figure in a corner, for instance, and nobody else can see it, and their parents will say, "Oh, that's nothing, just forget about it."
That's it. And then they're pushing that into their child. They're pushing them to look the other way and think that's nothing.
Yeah. Or just think that could have stayed with them their whole life, and they could have been a medium, or whatever.
It's so true. It's so true. I wonder how many people are like that nowadays, and there's living some smaller version of their life than they could be. Probably most of us, maybe just about all, probably just about all of us. I think we could all be living this very grand existence.
Yeah. Oh, I got a boogie.
Okay. Oh, and one question I did want to ask real quick. Have you experienced with other energy workers anyone that kind of uses the techniques that I like to use, where it's more of like a pulling than like a pushing?
You're the only one that I've run across with this.
Excellent, excellent. I am happy to hear that. It's a technique that I like to share, but I found that's a bit different. Not a lot of energy workers are kind of familiar with the idea. The only difference is, instead of like pushing in positive energy, I like to create that positive energy outside the body, so it can pull out the stuck energy. So basically, instead of dissolving and working with the stuck energy from the inside, I pull it out so it can be worked from the outside, and then the body kind of more so recharges and replenishes based on its own ability to heal, its own knowledge on how to heal and recharge energy. So that's the only difference with what I do, is I like to pull the stuff out. And I kind of focused on that. Made that kind of I found it to be pretty effective, so that's kind of why I did it.
Yeah.
But that was amazing. Again, I'm speechless. I think this is going to help a lot of people as well. I think especially a lot of people that are, maybe have no idea that it's real, or maybe like just learning it, or hopefully even a lot of the experienced people, because we just had some incredible dialogue and brought in a lot of background experience. And yeah, it can be a little bit deep. Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can kind of like rest deep with the that center of gravity there.
Yeah. It's a comfortable chair.
It is.
I could have just gone to sleep.
I've almost fallen asleep in that chair.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like fully reclined. That was just, right.
Yeah, but that's a nice one, and I like it. It's wide.
It is. I wanted a nice, good, sturdy one.
Yeah.
Well, for the second time touching it, can I give you a hug? This is
sure.
awesome. Marilyn, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was a blessing and a wonder to see you again.
It was nice to freak out.
It was. I love it. That's a good freak out. Those are the freak outs that we
It'll
want.
make me laugh the rest of the day.
Yeah. No, I love being freaked out. That's the freak out that we want.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she just headed out. Like you saw, that was a little bit of a shorter session, but we were able to do so much there. Even so we started out using the same technique in the first episode until we switched to that other technique. So the first technique uses elements, or the second technique uses the same elements and techniques, but I just did it from 10 feet away in another room with my hands on my thighs, meaning hand chakras are incredible and exceptional, but we're capable of so much that it's not even funny. And I don't want to, like, that was the first time that I've gotten to prove that on film and with other people, and with another energy worker that's very familiar with energy. So you saw the results from towards the end where her hand started twitching very quickly, a lot of energy coming out. And you'll notice the hand twitches from the first episode as well. That's probably the most common. But then again, 10 feet away with my hands down, proven verifiable, repeatable. So there's so much more to all this. I really don't have the words for it. That was a sensational episode. Episode 2. Episode 3 definitely coming soon. There's already been some people that have expressed interest, and now with this second episode being spectacular, and I don't want to say it just yet, but there seems to be a very wonderful podcast coming that I'm doing with someone in a couple days. So stay tuned for that. I'll update my social medias when I have the details, the date. So sorry, this is very exciting. Thank you all so much for watching. There'll be different versions of this available, different length versions. Thank you so much, and share it, please. I hope you enjoyed it. It's all real. It's all real. It's all completely authentic. We can all do it, every one of us. So until the next videos, see you then.